Welcome to day 10 of a fly on heaven's wall of my 40-day prayer condition for President Trump and America. So today or yesterday, Congresswoman Val Demings said during congressional hearings that the riots in Berekely against Milo Yiannopoulos' speech was a beautiful thing. Everywhere we turn, Democrats at the highest levels of authority are calling on their people to essentially launch a civil war in this country. Calling for riots and fighting in the streets in opposition to Republicans and President Trump at every turn. Talk about embattled. Even when you win an election, fair and square, you have to contend with crazy, mentally ill Democrat progressives as they fight tooth and nail to realize their world of hell, where they can oppress everyone they don't like and turn everything good into shite. Folks, I'm just one guy, one American, unimportant, anonymous, who recognizes that Donald Trump is a man called by God. It's pretty easy to tell. Barack Obama had that opportunity. He could have made a very big difference in the future of this country. But what he did was he sacrificed that on the altar of his ideology. He was not interested in creating a better America. He only wanted his socialist America, or if you prefer, his social welfarist America. But to implement those kinds of controls requires stripping people of freedoms. It requires oppressing people so they can't act on their conscience. They can't speak their minds. And they can't work their wills. That's what political correctness is all about. It's to oppress people so that their conscience and their thoughts are subdued in service to the state ideology. Of course, they use the very real concept of fairness in order to manipulate and deceive people. Average, ordinary Americans who think it's fair. Gays should be able to live their lives. They should be able to love and have homes like anybody else. People should be able to live their spiritual faiths. People should be able to live in peace and security, regardless of their skin color or from whence they come. Which, by the way, are Republican ideals. But in the loony, mentally ill world of liberal progressives, you have to oppress people and strip them of their own ability to live their lives in order for them to pay homage and fealty to these identity groups. They demand that you subordinate your conscience and your faith in God to their identity politics. Donald Trump has been called to overthrow that completely illicit, evil system and reignite the fire of freedom, equality under the law, and the American dream. He plainly has a tough row to hoe, doesn't he? I mean, who would have thought just, a few months ago that he would even be elected? And then, after he was inaugurated, who would have thought there would be endless, not just opposition, but actual overt calls to subvert our constitutional order, to assault Americans who support Trump, to riot in the streets, to commit property damage and personal injury against others. It makes me just sick. So, if you're listening to my video, I ask you, pray with me as I pray for Donald Trump. Because God's will is not done by people sitting on the fence. God's will is done by people jumping off the fence and into the fray with both feet. And at least for many of us who are unknown, anonymous, powerless Americans, we do have our voice, we do have social media, and we do have our consciences. So please pray. Our beloved Father, I am so grateful to you for this country of America, that I was born into it, that I've been able to contribute to it and enjoy the freedoms that my forebears created for us. That's all in danger of slipping away, Father. But through our efforts and your efforts, Donald Trump came forward as a servant of the people, as a servant of the Constitution, to restore our house, to restore constitutional order. Many good people, Father, misunderstand Trump's various executive orders, especially the one with immigration. They buy into the false, fake news of the media and Democrats who denounce it as a Muslim ban or racist, when it's nothing but Trump trying to put law and order back into our immigration system. I can only ask you, Father, to please watch over President Trump and keep him safe. Bless his work, Father. Help him overcome any hubris, wrong ideas. I pray he's willing to listen at all times, but that he always follows his core principles, which at this point I am convinced come from you. I really repent, Father, that I have not done more in the last 10 or 20 years, that I became exhausted in my work for you, through True Parents, through Jesus, and just sort of fell down. But now I'm trying to stand up, Father, get back on my feet, and join with President Trump to take the fight to the evil enemy, the enemy that has always sought to disrupt your will, to create a society of oppression and selfish love and unhappiness. So as I strive to rise up, I pray all others of like mind can rise up with me. Father, that you can bless us, bestow upon us your divine love and your energy, so that we have a strong sense of purpose and the will to carry it forward. And those actions alone are prayers for President Trump and America. Each step we take forward, each action that we do is a prayer. Not just the words that we utter with our mouths, but each action. Guide us, Father. Guide President Trump. Guide the Congress. Guide Americans, especially those who are making a difference. I pray for all the liberal progressives in this country, those who believe just a little bit, and those who are absolute crazed fanatics for it, that they can come to see the truly corrupt nature of liberal progressivism from its very beginnings in the 1800s until today, and through all the evil governments that it spawned. Many people on that side are afraid that Trump is going to be another one of those evil governments, which would not be surprising if he was just like them. But I firmly believe at this point that Trump is a true constitutional Republican, an ardent supporter of individual liberty. And that's what I pray, Father, that you really encourage in him. In true love. Amen. Well, thank you for joining me once again on day 10 of this 40-day prayer condition. So another 30 days to go. It's been a wild 10-day ride, and I'm expecting the next 30 days to be more of a wild ride. Hopefully not wilder, but I guess I kind of expect that. So stay tuned and see you next time on A Fly on Heaven's Wall.